in the sense that I studied education. I knew what education means. So I discovered that some students, there's what is called reading styles. Reading styles. And what does that mean? There are people that understand things easily when it comes to oral teaching. Like you can call them audio learners. There are people that understand things easily when they see things. You can call them visual learners. There are people that understand things easily when they start practicalizing what they're telling them, want to touch it. They are called kinesthetic learners. Understand? So you coming to bring a particular course in subject as a teacher, you check the content of that course or subject. If something that requires a bit of instructional material to teach, you bring it. Yes. So if you're teaching people about cell, for instance, in biology, or teaching them about part of the body, for instance, how to at least play a picture for some of them. They can't understand what you're saying. They can't understand where it comes to all the like orally. Understand? Because people in education have what is called learning differences and what we call learning styles. So what am I trying to say in essence? I will also make sure that teachers in all round, both in higher institution, both in secondary schools, they make use of what? Instructional materials. And then the last one, I also create a system or a particular organization, whether it's called an organization or a team that teaches the students. Because while I'm also talking about the teachers, I'm also talking about these things are like two-sided. These are the teams or club that teach students how to assimilate knowledge so that they need to register in their subconscious mind. These are things. Number one, I will make sure I change the curriculum system of education. Make sure it's easy to solve problems. Number two, making sure that teachers teaches effectively with instructional materials. Like I told you, I always told that you are able to understand through audio speakings, visual and kinesthetic. They must touch those things before they learn. Then number three, creating an organization or a team. That is their work to reach out to students, teaching them how to read and assimilate information to be sent subconscious.
Okay, so I understand that there's so what you're saying, there are three set of people affecting this educational system, which is the commissioners, and that is the ministers, the lecturers and the teachers, the coach, and then the students, right? There's two set of people affecting the educational system. Okay, now, so let's start from students here. So, as someone who teaches and also learn, what does paper success mean to you?
Okay, I think paper success has to do with individual students focusing more on grades, scores, and not really understanding what they're taught or have. And that's very bad. It's a disease that we are facing in the education system in Nigeria. Mainly, you see students focusing more of their energy on getting grades, scores.
Like they want to have first grade.
Exactly.
And then when you submit your CV, you don't. Then they ask you to do that.
Defend your results.
So, but how possible is that?
Very, very possible.
Okay, can you first enlighten us?
Okay, it's very possible because there are a whole lot of things happening in education. In education, I know what is happening.
What is happening? Can you tell us? Let us know that because that's how you do.
Okay, some of the faults and problems are coming from the student side. Some also faults and problems are coming from the teachers and lecturers side.
Okay.
So let me just start from the lecturer side. Number one, the system of economy we are in Nigeria is very poor that we neglect teachers and lecturers. We don't pay them very well.
Okay.
So you see a teacher or lecturer trying to have an alternative, set no questions that will make sure that students after writing will still come back to him to sort. They call it sorting.
It's not my practice.
I don't know what you can. I don't know you just call it, but it's not really good. It shouldn't be in that way.
Okay.
But I can't when you try to speak out to the students, to these lecturers and teachers, they will take it as a problem to teach you. Most of them they are going there for this.
That's from the ministry, the commissioners.
I'm telling you honestly. If this push will go around the thing, even their own sons and they're also in school. These are fathers and mothers, they have to take care of the children. If we don't pay them, we have other alternatives.
And the alternatives is by sorting.
I'm telling you. There are things I don't want to say here.
Okay, now, so let's talk about the sorting now.
Okay.
How does this sorting now affect the understanding of students?
Okay, very simple. That's a very powerful question. Very simple. All right, let me use this as an example. For instance, both of us are in class, and you saw me reading, on burning my candle, making sure to come up with something, because I know that we'll have time tomorrow morning. But you've seen me. You remember what happened last semester? That you didn't read anything, you didn't even study, you didn't even stress yourself. You just went and paid 5K, and you passed the course. So we read.
Okay, Somehow depends. I would say it depends on individual because that's the question. So, well, let me take for instance now. I want to be a doctor. I have passion for it, and my dream is to be like a base doctor in Nigeria. And then at the end of the day, I found out that I need to stop my lecturers to pass. Do you think that me with my own dream and passion, do you think even if I stop the lecturer at the master, do you think I will stop reading?
Okay, in aspect of how the individual discover the differences. But I don't tell you, let's not into the generation where we are interacting now does not want to read and they don't want stress. And attachment also, or what is called, I don't know whether you heard about what is going on, using AI to write assignments. All these doctors, most of them are using AI to write assignments.
So that if doctors, our doctors who are going to gynecologists who's going to operate my wife, operate my daughters, surgeons who are going to do a lot of surgery and operations, and now using AI, what's the future of our life and our hope and our generation?
Okay, this is my heart cry. You just touched my heart cry. There is a problem in the education system. It's a very big problem. So I'm an educator, most of the students, I'll tell you the truth. When I see the generation that's coming out to come and take over the baton from us, I cry. Because I don't think we'll offer anything. I'm telling you. A whole lot of things are happening. So does not believe it.
Okay, let's see, in a group of 100%, how many percent do you think see take their study serious?
Okay, I'll just go again. 100, I would say 60.
So take their study serious.
60. 60 or 60.
So that 40 now, just based on sorting.
This is my 660 because there are other institutions that are really doing well in education. The pressure in that institution have compelled people to marriage. Like all these professional courses, they do well. People they see people are born like they are born that comes to reach. But coming from the part of education, people that will teach people education, education, people like teachers.
Okay.
There's a problem.
Okay, what I'm trying to say now, not in all courses, like basically the educational system, like people who are going to be the next teachers, lecturers, you mean now?
Because I've passed through that path.
Okay.
I know what is going on. And always also realize that there's a huge problem in education as a whole. As a whole. But basically from where I'm coming from, what I'm seeing another thing, there's a problem.
But let me show something. There's something that do you want to tell me that like the medical students whose aim is to, be working on people's life, treating people's life, surgeons and the rest of them, whose people life, whose country life is going to depend on their hand, will prefer to solve than to study. In one word, in a quote, like you prefer to solve than to study.
If the lecturers in that school they didn't do their own work, I think they prefer to solve. I'm telling you.
So, well, maybe this will also help to reduce the population of Nigeria in the future. Okay, now so let's go straight to the point because I think this is, like I said, this program is more educational program. It's educational program that we are here to learn a lot, to see how far our basic goal is not to create a problem, but to see how we can solve it. So what do you think can be done to bring our people back to reading, studying? Okay,
they say change when it starts with you or stand by you, but I always tell people, I say, if you want to change anything, you have to stand on your own side. Okay. For instance, I'm an educator and also a student as well. I'm also an director of academics of my institution, for instance. So I started what is called Reading Club. I discovered that the appetite and the hunger of this generation is waxing cold when it comes to the reading and studying. Not know how to read. So I started a movement called Reading Club. What is the target of those movements? And what is to get them? Teach them how to read. So there are skills in reading. There are things you must know. You want to assimilate knowledge and remember it. I discovered most of these students they don't have the issue. They have the passion to read, but they don't know how to store information in their subconscious mind. Because when it comes to brain, there is a part that is responsible for assimilating information, and that's called memory. So in memory, we also have what is called sensory memory, the short-term memory, and the long-term memory. So you don't remember things until you register in your long-term memory. So these are things that will teach students. If you don't know it, you can't do what you don't have. And this thing have to be extended to secondary schools. Are you hearing me? Like I told you, there are what is called reading stars. There are people that understand very much when it comes to visualizing things. There are people that understand very well when it comes to listening to things. There's people that understand when it comes to touching it. These are things that you cool down to what? To teach them. teach them, help them bring out a particular kind of study and how to make their environment so cool for them to enable a good environment for study. These are things that you teach them, and the impacts and consequences of what accepting or allowing distractions to shift you from your study. Are you understand? So these are things that we look it as a movement. On the student side. Then coming to the teachers and lecturers side, it is time for us to sit down to train teachers and lecturers that moves and portrays and displays integrity. Yes, integrity in all round. No matter the circumstances of the country or the economy, if you really believe your country, really believe in your country, Nigeria, and want the best out of your country, you should be able to control yourself, not to collect bribe or anything or something.
I will ask one question. Do you think a hungry person really values integrity?
A hungry person, whether the person really values integrity.
Yes.
But what is integrity? That's your first question. The ability to stand regardless of the circumstances around. Integrity is part of discipline. Integrity is not just discipline. It's not even part of the discipline. It's a currency. You can teach you anything.
Let's assume you're in front of have like four children. You're all in high school and you're a lecturer let me say you're earning like 200,000 per month, like 200k per month. And let's assume you have to pay school fee for this, for children. You have to feed them. You have to pay your rent. And they have not paid you for 4 months. And you need your children. You don't want them to be sent out of school. Don't want them to be out of school. You need to pay their school fee. You need to feed them. Do you don't think you can actually be the pressure of watching your own fee drop out of school, or you're working for government without compromising?
Okay, first of all, this is a very powerful question. Also, a life experience question. There's what is called individual differences out. I'm not saying that it's in reality. You are Mr. Bolingo, right? And Chris. And Chris cannot be Mr. Bolingo.
Exactly.
I have my do's and don'ts. Call it that.
And Bolingo has a big head.
So I have my do's and I have my don'ts. It's called core values. So I want to prove I don't know if any other person will only tell you, sir. My yes is always my yes and my no is always my no. I wish there was some teachers and lecturers and so I wish many people will view up this particular video because really this is a very powerful question. Anything you want to do, you don't move by emotions, you plan yourself. You really want to be a good person and maintain your core value. You plan yourself very well. You understand? As a lecturer, as a teacher, you should have an extra source of income that fetches you money apart from your teaching skills. Yes. I've seen some lecturers, I don't know whether it's laziness, some lecturers that they are in Nigeria teaching, but they still teach abroad. Yes, they are still in Nigeria, but using their laptop, they can reach out from laptop, teach them, but be paid in dollars. Definitely. So, what am I trying to say in essence? I can't do this because of what you said. If I attach sentiment to emotion, I might compromise. But I believe someone that understands integrity and understands cover can never move by emotions and sentiments. If you really want the better, you have to start from you. You have to plan yourself.